Yeah. Yeah, I did. Because, like, oh, there's a camera that's like an outdoor security cam. At the Linux Fest, we adapt to, yeah, it's on a 2x4. It's like, what am I, Snowden? At this close location, hero of a Soviet state will talk. Hi, let me ramble on and ramble on. Oh, shit, what did I just do? Oh, all right. Yeah, so you gotta get. Oh my God, the AB box has been printed on a like, honey, what am I gonna do with the $5,000 late? Come on. This is why you need like a laser milling apparatus. Yeah, it's believe me, it's better this way. It's better. For all parties concerned, it's better.
That's the camera, yes. Point to the right spot.
Yeah. Well, they're not gonna get the box unless it kind of, for some certain. I'll hold it up. I'll hold the thing up. All right. Give it a drive-by. Are we ready? Are we ready to go? Are we ready to roll? Hello, test 1, 2. Check on the. Wow, he's like ex-military. Oh, like yeah, I could tell, sir. Thank you for your service. Completely. I'm a coward. I would not last. All right. So, function. Wait. It's not working anymore. It's completely gaflagita. All right. So I'm just going to use like right arrow, left arrow. Unlock the power of IoT with MQTT and Linux. Why is Linux so important? We're going to find out, but it actually is super important. And so, I never knew how important Linux really was until you hit IoT. And then it's, openness. So I'm Anthony Leotta. I'm from the north. I moved down to Charlotte like 8 years ago when mortgage rates were ridiculously low. And the effects of 2008, which had particularly hit Charlotte hard, there were still foreclosures. So I got the house at a song, the mortgage at nothing. So let's say I'm here to stay, all right? So I'm formerly an electrical engineer. So that scar will last you the rest of your life. Then I smartened up and got a master's of science in computer science in Brooklyn. I had to commute to Brooklyn. No, this was on Long Island campus when they still had one. Highlights. Well, I was scooped out of college and then immediately employed on like undisclosed location for the Navy on the Trident II. I did inertial navigation, and I specifically worked on a gravity gradiometer that compensated for inertial effects, including lunar escarpments or geography because the geology of the ocean is stark. It's like ridiculously stark. Then I went into industry. I guess I was in industry. At Ericsson, I worked on the voicemail system of Taiwan. And that's when I knew that governments requested backdoors because the Taiwanese government dictated security features that we internally coded drug interdiction. And so we knew. And so and this was 93. So that's how long I've known. So Snowden, okay, yeah, for the amateurs, sure. But for the people who knew, we knew the level of involvement. No, actually, we didn't know it was that much. We didn't know that. Then I got a job at a bank. I wanted to make money. So I did. I worked on Wall Street, and I worked, and I was in World Trade Tower number 2, 7 Vesey, in 1993 for the first attack. And then I was in World Trade Tower 2, 55th floor, on 9/11. whoa, holy shit. Holy shit. Then I could no longer work in a building. So I can no longer work in a building. So I can't work in a building. That ship sailed. So I got a job in DNA research. So I went out of fintech and I went into becoming a bioinformatics. Immediately Linux, all Linux. Linux mainframes, 2,000 node NIT clusters, 35,000 node Linux cluster. So this job here was like Linux. Then, now I'm an embedded Linux engineer. So that happened. So what did we all do during COVID? Work from home. Zoom meetings with the family, which surprisingly were tender and wonderful. Now they're gone. I miss those. Learn to cook. Yeah, that was weird. Apparently you have to have patience, or things burn. Turning on. Okay, it's the whole. Had time for hobbies. Found a work from home job. So the slides are going to be cut off. Or what the hell is this? So. It's like 2000, whatever COVID is, and I'm like on Amazon, and I'm not buying any of this. Not buying it, cool. All right, what is this? I don't know what Zigbee is. I don't know, that's a Raspberry Pi, so something. And that's a MAC address, and that's like a Kia, and I don't know. And what's MQTT? Don't know. There it is again, what Zigbee is talking to, what? What's Home Assistant? MQTT, what the? I have no idea. I think I'm lagging. What? What the? The furnace, agents, Grafana, Grafana, InfluxDB, Mosquito? What the hell is happening? Then I got a job for Rab Lighting, and they make an industrial Linux run gateway that talks. Oh, I have to do Yocto builds. Oh my God, there's hell. So it supports XBee cellular, long story, good story, really good story, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. Oh no, the new division here. So this is the old, that's that, and then I am Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, MQTT, TCP/IP sockets. So that's I come in. It's like we have a cell tower that talks to the gateway running Linux, and it talks cellular, but it talks XBee, but this is an XBee mesh. So this light bulb has software that recognizes it and then forwards, and it's a mesh. So it's a reliable, long-distance, secure, private, standards-based, though. So now, this is a digiboard, and it's our Yocto build. So it's not like it's our Yocto build. Then there's a head end, and then there's graphical, but then they make all these devices. So this is a company that started in 1945 and made devices, light bulbs, stuff for the Navy. So then it's like, I get this job, so it's like, hey, I probably could code a device, So what do I gotta do here? Go buy it off Amazon, learn ESP32, learn the Raspberry Pi, back to C++, that happened. Wow, did that happen. But still, Python, we'll run WX Python for like a GUI, because want to have some respect. So there's a repo. All this crap is public, and all my notes are public. So everything, well, not everything. What's MQTT? It's a pub-sub protocol, lightweight, low cost, low power, low range, low power. But it's like, what is an electrical engineer? We shall make design compromise, sir, to fulfill the mission to the best of our ability as a robot. Yes, you're an electrical engineer. So, fuck, they're electrical engineers. So it's low power, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So all talks to a broker. So that's the central head end. So everyone talks to Papa, but they can talk routed through the mesh. So it's a pub sub. So when a publication goes out, everybody gets it. So, and then, I'm subscribed because I'm like a light switch. Light switch, thou shalt turn off. Yes, sir. Acknowledge, and it sends out an ACK. And then the ACK goes to the head end, because the head end, and then it goes to the head end, and all of a sudden on your application, it changes. Because everything is like sending out events. PubSub, though. It does support security, and it supports secure connectivity. Okay. So, it has QoS. So you could say, here's a message, save it and pass it on because the enemy's close and I could die. And so it gets taken out like it's a bot swarm in Ukraine. I mean, we're talking this shit's going on right now. It's not even fantasy. It's like happening. So its last will and testament is its last message it published, and the broker, I shall relay the message till infinity. And that's a really important feature, as it turns out. Persistent state, the last will and testament, which you'll never forget that. Retained messages, low power, minimal data packets, efficient distribution, so it's perfect. And mosquito hive or roll your own. So I, of course, want to roll my own, but it's so crazy. It's like, why? Grow up. What's an ESP32? This is like so remarkable, but it's like nothing. If you were already in this space, it's like that guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And you'd be right. Because for me, it's just like, well, I just want to code a device and program on it. Is that so difficult? Yeah, whatever. So, but yeah, this is better slide. Much better slide. So it's like, what the hell is all that stuff? Okay, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Why is that? Yes, that's what I want to do, okay? That's what I want to do. What? Yes, I'm in, please, when can we start? So now the idea is, you write software for the Raspberry Pi, Raspbian 10 or 11. You get all this stuff going. And then, this is a commercial, industrial IoT gateway built on industrial Raspberry Pi. Like, you didn't even know it was like, it's going that way. It's like industrial Raspberry Pi. And when you think about the heat dissipation of a Raspberry Pi, it's not suited for continuous use. It's too high. It doesn't have an ultra sleep mode. So it's like there's all kinds of negatives to like Raspberry Pi, but whatever. So then you get past that. So now you put an ESP32 on, it's called the development board. And now you get to play with these toys. What is all this stuff? I love it though. What the hell? And it's like, okay, all right, now we're going to build it, fine. But now here's where I diverge, because I'm not going to do Python, and I don't, I want to do what, I want to do what I want to do. Here I'm going like super, like dry mouth or something. So I just want to program the whole thing. All of it. Can we do that? So we got to do the firmware. Okay. Install Arduino IDE, install Microsoft Visual Studio, add Platform I/O, pick your poison, C++, please. Learn Arduino IDE libraries that are C++. 8effects, GF. Wait a second. There's all these libraries. So, once you pass a certain threshold, like you're in. You're so in. You didn't even know how, you're like, I don't know I was that in. You're in. You were in. You didn't even believe in yourself, but you're so in. Next, we're going to create an MQTT control program. Cross-platform portable. Has to deal with SSL certificates. This is to test the SSL certificates. So what I want to test the entire process over and over and over again. We want to manage subscriptions. We want to manage events. We want to have a device manager that can take the capabilities of every IoT device and map their capabilities, like Home Assistant can do it. So it's like, this is like the minimum now. You want a dynamic user interface based on parameters of each, like sensor even, like sensor package. So, whoa, it's publish sub, great. So what makes a good topic, what makes a good payload? What protocol will you use? Because we could use plain text. Okay, JSON. I assume XML, yes. YAML, yes. Binary protocols, Google protocol buffers, what? So now all of a sudden, yeah, you're back to packing binary. Little Indian, byte aligned, packed, bit fiddled, arranged, sorted, organized for optimal binary transmission, encrypted, compressed, and sent. That is this. So it's like, here's a topic. Prod v1 device property power on. So it's the environment, the version, the channel, so which direction. So just because it's pub sub, it goes to the broker, then the broker looks at everyone and says, you. So it's, it's not like it's that. And then service, and then command. And then here's like this. So now we get the house. So what I did is I coded the house in such a way that you can ask it help. You ask it help. The house can give you help about it. In a structured way, so you could build a GUI and you could put it into control logic and you can map it and you can get it into automation like Home Assistant. So it needs to be discoverable. So then it's like temperature. That's where everybody starts in IoT. Start there. HT11. We all start there. You gotta start somewhere. Then an LED turn off. Then fan. Then blah, 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 blah. Now we could. Oh shoot! What happened? What happened? So we do it like this. So now we have a JSON payload. Now this is where it gets like dual to the death. State on, color blue, brightness. Now it could have been actuator, could have been CCT, could have been temperature of the bulb. 2,700 degrees Kelvin is red, where 6,500 degrees Kelvin is blue. So brightness 10, is it what, 0 to what, 100? What? In this case, it's 255, because, So we're going to do this, do that. Oh, and then, then the description. So where are we on time? Like, how much time do I have left? Huh? So what? More? Okay, perfect. So first of all, we lead by example. So I am leading all of ye that thou musteth put your IoT on a separate network. So I come in here with a grid $19 Nighthawk R7000 with no WAN plugged in, because this is a private network and y'all ain't getting on it. So them's fighting words, if you even try. You're not getting on. Now you could get on it, because I could just give you the password and then you'd be on it, so that would, or you crack it or whatever. So, and some people in this room probably already know it. So then the MQTT broker is here, and this then takes the SSID and password and connects here, and then once it's here, it can send out a message to MQTT here, and it's like, aha, the house is in the house, I guess. Something like that. Yeah, it didn't work. It didn't work. All right, so now, Microsoft, no! It's horrible. Make it stop. Wow. This is not working. So Yeah, it's not gonna work. So we gotta go. We gotta downgrade. We have got to go down. All right, what do you think? Boy, wow. Okay. Wow, it's 2005 or something? Yeah, woo. That's a blast from the past. So I'm going to run Platform IO, and I'm going to get off Arduino IDE. But right now I'm on Arduino IDE, so that's where I'm at. So the idea here, which one do you think's expand? Like which is? Oh, no, I don't want. Okay, I don't want. I want this one to I want this one to expand. Like what? You think it's that one? No, that's definitely not it. That ain't it. Where do move? I can't barely read it. Always on top. Oh, whatever. I can't read it. No, I'm not going to deal with it. Now, can anyone even read this? Right. So what can I do immediately so that it can be more readable? Can I go to a dark theme? So could I go to what could display settings? Appearance? Dark? Yes, please. Was that it? Now what? How do we kill this? Is this set now? So now it didn't change. Change. Nightlight, I don't understand. Appearance. Dark is selected. So I don't know. So that's it. Who said make it bigger? Yeah, so where are we going to go? 10? Like, wow. Is it like, oh, no, it can't be that. That? Even smaller than 1400? Oh, all right. You know what it was set on 10? It was set 1080 by 7. It was right there, like it was like right there. Wow. Okay, well whatever. All right. Okay, so it's a smart house, and we're going to do the whole thing in C++. And oh, by the way, do you see a scroll bar? I can't see. What is that? Go away. This? It's not doing anything. Oh, like that. Oh, you know what this is? This is I upgraded to Ubuntu 22 because I was special. And I will live to regret that. All right, I'm just going to use those function keys I talked about. So here we are. So function, wait, sorry. No, I can't do it. We got to go all the way to the top. It's a long road. I wrote a lot. Well, GPT in me, because, all right, so it is the Arduino platform. So there's a Wi-Fi library. And so MQTT is in pub subclient. There's a wire protocol that's like for analog. There's support for the NeoPixel, support for liquid crystal, support for a buzzer, support for the HT11, but here it's X11. And so this is the main function. So you have an MQTT client out of this pub sub thing. You take a topic, and you take, you say, well, I don't want to use C++. This is hard. It's like, well, there's like dynamic JSON document that works like Python, so you'll be believe me, it's not going to be a problem. You're like, okay. So then it's like, oh, wait, that's it? Oh, I was scared. And this is just pretty, I don't even need these, so it's really just these 3 lines. I probably could have got away. It probably is 2, whatever. All right, so that's like the top. Now, let's just quick, and we gotta this is just dragging. Let's make something happen here. So hold on. We need this, which is like a stupid reason, but whatever. We need that. We need this for oops, what the hell? So what we do is we go up here, and these are payloads. Now we need to get it on the network. And so that's why this window is important. Now, the demo was supposed to be a lot more grandiose, and I was supposed to come in here with like something else. So anyway, so here. So I just went ahead and published an MQTT message, and what came back was the response. MAC address, temperature, humidity for timestamp. Now, what is all that? Okay, well, this is what it is. So you gotta go here, you gotta go. All right, so there's a base class of device. The device, the serial number is the MAC address. That's easy, I get that for free. So bam, everyone's unique on the network. Amen. Now I want, okay, so C++ Q totally dynamic, and is it gonna be easy, and isn't like gonna be really hard, and it's just gonna make my life a living hell? It's like, no, I gotcha. So it's okay. So how about if I have a class that's totally dynamic, that I can register properties and then register callbacks and register setters and getters, and those could have overrides, so I could have a totally, completely dynamic property system. It's like, why were you using Python? Why did you do it? Why did you leave me? Why'd you betray me? Betray my trust, Fredo. You betrayed me. But you're back now. You're back with the family. So here's now this class, and it's got the library from Arduino, but now it's got like, so now it's like, well, how many sensors could I have? Well, you could have ton. So in C++ terms, we have to use like this constructor, which these classes are not registered. They're declared, they're not registered. They get registered when the constructor is run. And when the constructor is run, it passes the parameters into the initializing constructor of the C++ class. So get over yourself. So now this thing has all this garbage, all these classes for but now we have a smart house. Now smart house is inherited from device, so it gets a MAC address, but now not everything needs to be inherited, so there's compositional object-oriented programming, which is not in conflict with the polymorphic type thing, but it is easier to unit test. So there are distinct advantages to having the temperature sensor, the LCD manager, the LED manager, the fan manager, the buzzer manager, the button manager, the motion detector manager, the little thing that keeps blinking red, the servo manager, the NeoPixel LED strip thing, and now the constructor. And this is how a good unit test gets written too, by the way. This is it. This is how, and these are mocks going in from fixtures. So this is it. This is the shit. This is how it's done. This is it. Done. It's it. This is it. This is how you program. Period. There's no other way. Not if you want to unit test it. Not if you want to unit test it. Come to me with your fancy polymorphism, your ideas. Yeah, I got one level. Sue me. It's not going to break the bank. I can handle it. Can handle one. 5 and C++ lets you do it like multiple inheritance. No, I'm not that smart. Okay, now we're dynamically registering properties. So on initialization, I'm registering properties of myself because I'm a device. But then I also have sub-devices, and I have callback handlers that register commands. So if I get a command through a command channel of birthday, I go to birthday. So there's also an internal comms mechanism to pass events. In IoT, you got to have that stuff. So this is now an updater, and you can't see it, and that's terrible. So in the update phase, you're going to do things like check for buttons. So let's just do that now. So right now, it's running in a loop. So it's blinking buttons 1 and 2. So there's a service interrupt. It's not the most efficient. Sue me, I'm new. So I'm just, I'm learning. I'm learning as I go. Where the heck am I? Oh, am I this one? No, this one. This one. All right. Okay. So now we got an MQTT callback, and we got a handler. So here it is. Dynamic JSON document, because you know I trust. I do see 128, don't like it. Don't like that. Buffer overrun, don't like it. So then, but yeah, we're setting it, and we didn't tell, yes, okay, yeah. Delivered as promised. Now, so we're a handler, so we get the smart house, and then we talk to devices in it. So that's our job. And then our goal is to send out serialized MQTT. So that's our goal. So that's the goal here. You know, what's the goal? What's your goal? All right, so then there's a lot of this crap, like turning fans on and off, fan on off. So like fan, like that's a loud one. So fan, we go back to here. And now what I did is I prepared a cheat sheet. So I could go, oh yeah, I could go like, okay, here's when NeoPixel, and then all right, so I'm going to do this like this. NeoPixel effect SFX1. And what I'm supposed to do is like I copy this. And this is what the GUI was supposed to do. And I kind of feel bad I didn't have it ready, but you know, you can't do it. You know what you got to do? What you got to do? Nothing you can do about it. So, and then that goes up there. Oops. So that goes up there. Oops. Wait, did I not? Yikes. All right. So now we publish it, and we got an answer back. So we published out. Oh, is it doing anything? Oh, sorry. Sorry. It was in the, yeah. It's like, right. Okay. So we can also say FX2. Oh, wait, that's totally typed wrong. Oh, it's totally wrong. Oh, the 2's up there. Why is the 2 up there? It's like all bouncy, and I'm not going to make excuses. I'm just inept and incompetent. All right. Yeah. So, go on Amazon, and this is just a NeoPixel strip. They're like $8.99, and you get like 75 million feet of the shit. But you're like, well, how do I program it, and is each one addressable? Because I want each one color addressable. This is you. Like, so I'm not going to invest in this technology. Oh, yeah, it's totally that. It's totally that. So then I coded a third pattern. And this is Light Show. And actually, at RAB, I was the Light Show developer. That was my first job they gave me. They gave me Light Show. So my entry into IoT was putting on light shows at like corporate birthday parties. So it was like, okay, we know you were working at a genetics laboratory doing DNA research for world famous science, but here at RAB, we take energy savings seriously. But it was like, then they they groomed me. Because IoT is so monstrously complicated. Like IoT, wow. Wow. All right, let's play Happy Birthday. We didn't do that yet? Oh, let's do that. So then it would be like commands. Now, the way I programmed it, if you don't need the payload, it passes through. So it's like, I accept any payload, any format, and I'll just pass it through to the event handler, because what that was, those classes mapped to handlers. So it's like, I don't need JSON. I just need like a 1 or something. So it's like, okay, whatever, have it your way. Whew, don't get so testy. All right, so now, this was NeoPixel. So NeoPixel comes in. All right, this is a big one, so it comes in. Dynamic JSON document. Deserialize the input. No validation and no error handling. Easy cracking. Get the RGB, the color, affect the state. Then go through a series of, and you see this or nothing? So it's like, this is like get it from the JSON document. If it is in the JSON document, this is your default value. Then code some defensive programming around it, defensive programming, then set the brightness, then go through, well, is it on or off? Because if it's off, it's just one command. I hear you. So now it's an issue. And I didn't want it to be an issue, but now it's an issue. So you have two choices. You keep your mouth shut or you walk out that door. Those are your options right now. And the repercussions for you are not going to be good. So now we go back to on. We go through, and if it's on, and if there's a color, you go through this loop. But if it's an effect, you go in this loop. So effect 3 goes up to, oh, well, call the service manager and call Theater Chase. But there's Theater Chase and Theater Chase Rainbow. So those are like different. So what it is in those classes, there's going to be management for those. So Theater Chase Rainbow uses the pixel hue API to address LEDs and send them a dim and a color. So you send them a dim and a color. So this strip, that is the API. And the way the API is initialized is in this way that you bring in Adafruit, like we talked about. It's not initialized. But when is it initialized? When the constructor is called. And when the constructor is called, you can pass in parameters. So that means you can have multiple Neo strips. They're all addressable. So this is a strategy now to set you up for total maximum, what is it called? Scalability. And scalability is in terms of devices. So, obviously there's a GPIO limit. But I imagine you can multiplex GPIO signals. So if you get into a multiplex situation, then this number gets higher. So now you got one Raspberry Pi that can control unlimitedly long Neo strips because they're independently powered. So this is all right. So this is that's like the thing. That's like it. So now, well, what's this help stuff? So now, I want to ask it at a high level. I just want to say, you know what, at a high level, and I think was it before REST, it was OWL or something like that. It was like discovery. It was discovery. So now it's like it comes up and there's going to be, for this command here, help, there has to be a response to it. And that response has to be somewhere in this list. And I don't really see it. So I'm going to go to another one. NeoPixel/help. NeoPixel/help. And it went out. Oh, NeoPixel ACK. That's the ACK. Servo, but we want NeoPixel help, and I'll show you where that is. I'm going to try again. So, if I could scroll down faster, I'm sorry. Just bear intermission for water. Hold on. It's getting fidgety or something. It's getting not good. Wait. It's not getting, it won't go down anymore. It lost its abilities. All right. Hold on. Here it is, sorry. So it's SWA commands help and SWA NeoPixel help. So this is all I wanted. I just want to go there, I just want to do that. And I just want to paste it and then fire it out. And then NeoPixel, I just don't see it. NeoPixel commands. NeoPixel. Oh, there it is. That's weird. So, info, help, and here's help. And so help. All right. So state can be on or off. Color can be those colors. The effect can be those. And then it actually, in an excess of verbosity, says an array of 3 integers from 0 to 255 in order, open bracket, red, comma, green, comma, blue, close bracket. Because it's like, all right, that's, that is helpful. It's helpful. Is it computable? No, because you didn't tell me any data type or metadata information. So you'd have to include metadata. So I haven't quite gone like the full measure here. But, it's like I wanted to give a demo, and sometimes when you give too much in a demo, when a software project has too many capabilities, it's like too difficult to explain. So what I wanted to do is like, grow the thing, like grow it. So at this point, any questions about the code and the philosophy? And the floor is now open for yes, sir.
Thank you. Are you doing any state communications from the actual devices back to, I guess, the gateway?
Yeah, so that's, there's many use cases. So first use case is when it comes on, it's got to issue identity. So the first thing that comes out of the chute, it's going to say, hi, MAC address, this is my state, this is all my properties. Now, if it needed to educate the server, it could say, I'm a new device type, my manufacturer is Tony Leotta in his basement, and I'm a device 74, I'm a new type of light sensor, and these are my capabilities. And it's like, okay. And, I see that you support the standard protocol defined by Home Assistant or somebody, whoever. So thank you for that, and welcome to the club because you're in. So it's like discoverability is like so important now. And so then it's like, well, like then what about, do you have commands? Yeah, I do have commands. Well, could you tell me your commands? And their metadata and their schema? And could you tell me the response codes and the error codes? And you can do all that in JSON documents so that I could just build dynamic data structures. So I can build a profile of your communication and your headers and your talk. I can build a complete profile of each device category. And then I can lump them into categories for area default automation. And one default automation would be daylight harvesting. And so if you were in a room and this row of light bulbs is here and there's a window there and it's daylight, the sensor senses the daylight and calibrates those lights to dim to the point of turning off if there's enough daylight. And if the room doesn't need any bulbs on, they go off. So even if you're in occupancy mode on, the lights are all off because you're in daylight harvesting. It's like rules don't change. Up is down. It's insane. We're in daylight harvesting mode. Holy, what the hell? And it's like the thing, like, so was I shocked? Yes. I never in a million years, like, I never thought that controlling light bulbs was like so, like you guys have made it like a whole thing. Yes, that is the point. We have made it a thing. That you can't live without, apparently. Because apparently you save money, and then you get tax rebates from, because now everyone wants you to go green. So now, every device must know its power utilization and report it. So it sends a signal. What's my power? How much power am I using? And then it's like, why don't you shut down? So, is that so? So if you don't mind, I'll be shutting down now. Sure, okay. But it's like that's what it is. Robots shut themselves down because they don't use paper. So it's like, oh, the robots are gonna take. Yeah, mostly they're not gonna. They're gonna be in deep sleep mode. Okay, so there's your theory. Doesn't pan out.
Another question.
Yep.
So do the ESP modules have like, whenever they're in sleep mode, what is the actual library that's waking them up, or are they just going to, I guess, wherever the MQTT is living and just grabbing the message from there at a time period?
So,
or
it's like, that's the question. Because it's like, does a Raspberry Pi have deep sleep? Well, no. No, it doesn't. So, and as Raspberry Pis get smaller, they have deep sleep. And then, and so at a core level, it's like, if nothing's happening, you just don't call the next instruction. So what could wake it up? Well, it would now need some servicing. So if it needs to look at an incoming XB message. So what I do is I talk now MQTT. So I send out a signal status. And then everyone would have to report back status. But if I don't report, and so they're in deep sleep mode, so it tells me that you're correct. So if the radio, so if there's an input, you activate. So yes, good insight. I learned something through that because I never went through the mental gymnastics till yet. This is great. Yes.
Have you had many issues with things not communicating when you thought they should?
Well, why is this here? What's going on here? No, it's because this radio is so bad. It's like 10 feet.
Yeah.
So I'm like, where's the router going to be? And then my son is like, Dad, just use NAT. What? Just get another router. What? That's how he tells you. He's like 20. He's like 29. It's like, but he's like, so he became a computer programmer, and he's better than me, and he's way smarter. And when you see it and you know it, it's like, but it's like the son. It's like it's a peer. It's like fucker. But if it's your son, it's like pride. It's like weird that way, I thought we're all brothers and whatever. It just doesn't work that way apparently. So that's not how things work. All right, next question. So how many? Yes.
So so MQTT is a way to pub sub, but you did a lot of stuff on top of that, like you kind of built your own communication protocol. I'm interested in what does core MQTT give you, and in terms of repeating and routing between I guess subnets, things like that.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. So nothing. So that all right. So let me ask you. So now, what I want to do is I wanted that question. So thank you. You were the one. You were the one. I looked across the room and I saw the one who would ask the question that all right, what did I want to show you? I was hot to trot on something, but I can't remember. Say the question one more time.
You built kind of a protocol on top of the
Right.
protocol.
Right.
What does MQTT give you?
Right. So that's why this was important. So SWA, what the hell is that? Don't know. Commands and then help. But then this is like SWA devices topic. So this one is outputting on this channel. So this is the device channel, and that's the commands channel. So MQTT gives you a subscription that looks like a regular expression for a RESTful API or web API URL router. So it's the same idea for URL routing, because the subscriptions could be, I think Visual Studio is going to be better for this. The subscriptions can be pound. Give me everything. Then the next could be internal. Memos. Maybe it's like different. It's like, but I'm gonna do it wrong. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna screw up. I'm gonna screw up in plain sight, because you know what? It's not that. It's engineering's memo. Right? That's what it is. So it's internal. Now, it's just like, how do you? I don't know what the hell it's doing. It's like so. You know what I have on this? I have that robot code thingy. I don't know what it's called. That's it. That's taken over my life. It really, no, I'm serious. It's like writes more, it writes all my code now. It's like, is this what you want based on your past? It's like, what? I'm not that predictable. So then it could be marketing, right? And then now you have an ID. So now you have an ID, like 14744, and this now becomes an ID. So that okay, what if that's the gateway, but and that's the device. So now all of a sudden it's like, we're going to try this again. So it's this gateway, this device, this channel, this subchannel, and this subtopic. So it's like, and it more, yeah, that's it. So it's like, and it wouldn't be a device. So it wouldn't be, no, it's not. It's it could be. But let's say this. Oh, for this gateway, it's that. But and then that could be there. So not that one, but the other one. Yeah. So now it's like that gateway, internal, engineering memos, directed at that device. So now, and this is it. This is the. Yeah. This is an ID. So I wanted to bring two of these. To do that. But you have all these grandiose ideas. So if I had two and I said the light bulbs of both turn on, but the light bulbs of one be green and the light bulb of another be red, then it's like, well, I got to go to this one first. Because, yeah, it's a big happy world. You're all pub sub. You're all subscribed. Great. Got it. But don't, isn't there like, sometimes like you guys want to be like private or something? Privately, talk, private. Can we talk? It's like, I suppose. If you wanted to, you could direct. The subscription would just be, since you know your MAC address, right? Yes, I know my MAC address. It's in the C++ base class. The whole room knows that we have a MAC address at this point, I think. And this is not a MAC address. So, we got to be like, colon. 3, no, stop it, 3 colon, I can't type, AA colon, 112, how many are there? Is it 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that it? Okay, that's it. Now, no, I'm not going to, really? Please, grow up. You don't need to send the colons. So that's, that's the first thing. I have some pride. Not much. But I'm not sending colons. So now, this is not going to be what you expected to happen. This is not going to be what you expected. Because what you really want to say is, smart house. Oh, I screwed up. Was it an E and a slash? All right, smart house, right? Smart house. Then it's like, and in fact, yeah, it could even be. In fact, it's this. This is what it is. It's the smart house main channel, because I could, if I subscribe to, okay, what if I subscribe to, hold on. My eyes are going like really, my eyes are going so bad. I can barely see at this point. Where's pound? I can't even think. Wait, is it there? No. Well, I'm struggling up here. Operator error. Oh, there it is, sorry. How can I be so stupid? Wait, no, that's not it. Oh, I just put anything. Like if it's a star. So it's like any topic. For me, though, got to be for me. So this goes up to the MQTT broker. So your question is, what does MQTT give you, sir? Nothing, because it's really the behavior of the MQTT broker. Because now this goes up to the broker. So it's like, oh, I just read this the other day. Supports all wildcard patterns of MQTT up to 3.1 plus our enhanced wildcards that will make declaring and subscribing to topics oh so much easier. So now it's like, are all MQTT brokers like the same? No. Oh no, because to answer your question, it's like, choose wisely, like that whole, you're nerds, choose wisely, come on, you get it. It's the holy grail. Choose wisely, because it doesn't like look like what you think it's going to look like in MQTT land. That's not it. So that's what I found. And it's like I did a lot of soul search, and like this is still a problem. This is a problem for me today. This is an ongoing, for something so simple and so easy, you would never in a million years think that choosing this, but yes. So that's, okay, any other questions? That was a long one. That was a good one. Yes, sir.
Which MQTT broker are you using?
Right. So, I mean, I was longing for that question because, oh my God, do I have a lot to talk about that? Because I use Docker on Ubuntu. So, hells yeah. So here's our Ubuntu running in Visual Studio Code, and then I run in this little Docker thingy. And so now it's like a Uber Docker, like just anything. Let me view the logs. Yes, the ESP32 client, and there's a MAC address. He wasn't lying, but he put colons, and he doesn't have any respect for himself. But there it is in plain sight. That's what we just talked about. It answers your question. It's like you got together, and he's like, I'm going to ask that question. He goes, all right, what are you going to hit him with? Let me hit him. It's like, so bam. So now it's, what is it? So now answer the goddamn question. Sorry, the kids. Answer the question. It's the Eclipse Mosquito, latest for 3.8 of Docker. I've configured it with a config file, a log file, a data file. I've done some port mapping. So what is this config? Was ist this config here? Aha. So we have two listeners, one for SSL, one without SSL, and you're allowing anonymous. So does that relate back to the first question where the channel could have security? So now you're seeing, like, if anyone in the talk was like, wait a second, none of this makes sense. This doesn't add up. Because what this guy's selling, it's where's the next layer of authentication? I don't see it. Where is it? I don't see it. Boom, there it is. So again, back to MQTT capabilities. Oh, the MQTT doesn't offer anything, but the broker demands the world. And so this is where so just run Mosquito, run it in Docker, get the thing running. How easy is it? It's so easy. And we've all run Docker. So I'm not preaching, I'm preaching to the choir. Just preaching to the choir. And of course you're going to use Docker for the reasons that we all know. The reasons that will be unnamed for the sake of all of us. We will not discuss why Docker, that ship has sailed and there's no point even talking about it. It's fun. Because it's like, the Rocky Linux people are here, so they say, we support Rocky Linux. And immediately in my mind, I go, well, if it runs Docker, I don't care what it's called. Call it Orange Peel Linux. So what? I'm not even going to,